Everybody, this is Tiana again. Just thought we'd do another 8x8 shadow box filler. So we worked on one last week, and I just wanted to show you some of the dies and stuff I used on this one. I used this Ranger ink here. It's the teal color, peacock feathers it's called. I used the Graphic 45 clock die. I used the Spellbinders Nestabilities. I just used part of this larger one here. And I also used Heartfelt Creations Classic Rose stamp, die, and then the press, that they new shaping mold that they have for the rose. Other than that, I used scrap paper for my scrap box. And I've got a few other little odds and ends here that we might put on it this week. So this one, we're going to start with a 8x8 piece of teal American Crafts cardstock. I pre-cut a little slit here just to get a little jump on it. I see I glued that down crooked. And then kind of roughed it up and then peeled it back. Yeah, I'll cut this off of here. And then I saved one to do with you so we could walk through it together. So I've got a mark up here. We're going to make another one here. And I just start with a slit. Nothing fancy. And then I take a pair of scissors. If you got one of those edgers that roughs up the edges, you can use that too. I'm just going to, these scissors are sharp, so I'm just going to start dragging this along there. And just kind of tear that up a little bit. Rough it up. Tear it up. I'm going to do the same on this side. Just kind of rough it up without cutting myself on the scissors. Because these scissors, even though they're small, they're sharp little buggers. So I just want to rough that up. Distress it. Now you can wet it a little too. I find with this particular paper, it seems more fibrous. And I don't have to do that so much, but I have had papers where I had to dampen them just a little bit to get them. All right, let's start with that and see if that gets us anywhere. So now I'm just going to take my fingers and I'm just going to start curling that back, just kind of rolling it. Roll it with my fingertips or my nails or whatever I can get on there. We're just going to roll that up. Yeah, curl it up. You can open it up as far as you want. You can leave it just a little slit. I'm going to turn it. This piece here, I temporarily, well, I didn't temporarily, I glued just part of this down because I want to bring this up like it's ruffled up, and I wanted to attach that so I didn't forget to do that. So now I'm going to try to curl this one up a little bit. And I'm just kind of bending it over and pressing on it. Rolling it with my nails, just kind of getting in there and manipulating it just as much as I can. Breaking those fibers with my fingers. Alright. I think that's pretty good. Now on this one, because I went through the corner, I had to nip those off because they hung over the edge. So all I did was turn it over and then cut it to match the edge of that paper so it fits in the shadow box when we're done. We're just going to keep breaking that up a little bit. You can see, yeah, see, it just kind of rolls up a little bit. I'm going to take my old paper ink pad and just kind of put a little bit on there. Don't need a lot, just a little. Just kind of there. Now I have another piece of paper that matches this one that I've cut, and I'm going to glue that under there so it kind of pops that out. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to kind of get in there so that pencil line's not going to be visible, and I just kind of want to mark that underneath there where I want my glue. Again, I'm using art glitter glue. I'm going to go along all these edges here. And we're going to glue that in place. There we go. Pick that up, and we want it to even on that edge there. There we go. Yeah. Makes that stand out a little bit more. You can see that. This paper here that I just put down there is My Mind's Eye, and I don't remember the collection it's from, but it's an older one. Yeah, I don't know the collection. So now I'm going to take this piece here. These are all scraps from my scrap bin. I have a very large scrap bin. In fact, I'll grab it and show it to you. And this is just, this box here is just from my colored cardstocks. Just my decorative cardstocks. My leftover scraps from my regular cardstock is in another folder. So, and I go through every once in a while. I'll cut up a bunch of butterflies or punch stuff for it. So now I've just glued this edge down here, and this was that punch I used, that Spellbinder's punch. And I'm just going to kind of bring that up to create kind of a bump. Just a little bump. So I'm going to put my glue right in this area here. I'm just trying to create a little bit of dimension. Just a little bit. I don't want it too far because I do have glass in there. So I'm just going to do that and just hold that for a minute. Just kind of lightly press on that. Hold it in place. And then what we'll do is that extra hanging off the edge here, we're going to clip that. But I want to make sure that's down first. And that looks pretty good. Alright, we're going to let that dry a minute. And as you can see, it's not bumped up a huge amount, but it is bumped up just a little bit. There we go. Now I have one of these I wanted to put on here, maybe along the bottom here. This is just left over from the top piece of that paperwork, and just looks kind of pretty. So I'm just gonna put some glue on here. And I know it doesn't go all the way to the end, so we're gonna, let's see what we got here. I just like adding the different patterns, and since this matches that, coordinates with what's in there, we'll just pull that in there. All right, I'm gonna turn this. We're gonna just snip that extra off there. There we go. And we're just gonna snip it off. There we go. And we're going to turn this, and we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to snip that right off of there. So it fits back in the shadow box real nice. All right. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Now whoops, get that glue thing in there. I made this up, and all I did was cut some triangles, and I just hot glued it to a piece of this white, it's heavy string is what it is. And it's not white, but it's a kind of a paper white, I guess. I got that, and I was kind of thinking of that, like maybe up in here. I got some butterflies that I punched out with a punch. It's actually a triple punch. Let's see if I've got that, and I can show you. There it is. Let me see if I can find it. I am not seeing it, but it cuts the three different butterflies. It cuts a plain one. And then the middle one has just the holes along the wings there. And then the top one has the more holes. So, and then you can stack them or you can use them separate. I just happen to stack these, and I just attached a little rhinestone with my art glitter glue. So they're just glued together in the center, and then you can just kind of pull their wings up as far as you want. If you want to, you don't have to. And if I find that, I will list it in the things. What else do I got here? I've got the clock that I cut out. And let's see here. Now these I cut out. I cut out the hands to the clock, and this one somehow, I don't know if I accidentally missed it or if I pulled it and it broke off. That one's missing, but I think we can glue that down and no one will even know. This is for my own personal use, so I don't think it's going to matter for me. I'll just glue it in there. Now these brads are, I believe, yeah, these are spare parts. Look at 75 cents. Must have been clearanced out. These are tiny ones, and I just, sometimes you just want something tiny. And with these little tiny things here, I think that's a good idea. And I wanted gold to kind of coordinate with the gold. But see how tiny those are? They are just micro mini. Micro mini. There we go. So I think I can get these glued down. So I'm going to put these on first and just slide it through that little hole. And then I'll just glue down the other one. So I'm going to set that aside a minute. I'm going to spray this, but because this is so delicate, I'm actually going to use spray glue for these. So let me spray that a second. And then I'll be right back. I'm actually going just a few inches away. There we go. And sometimes that works better than doing anything else. And I kind of want that overlap there. There we go. Works pretty good. And then we're going to make sure that our 12 is facing up, which I guess it really doesn't matter. There we go. And these are all cut out of scraps. Just scraps. There's this pretty little piece too, but I don't know where that was supposed to go. I'm going to put it in the center there and use it as part of my display, but we're just going to glue that. We're just going to put some glue on that. There we go. Oh, make sure there's nothing there. There we go. Something like that. And I have a little poker here. I'm going to poke a hole in the center there for my brad to go through. First I'm going to just tack down this hand here. Now I didn't spray these because they're so tiny that the spray would probably blow them away. So, alright, let's see here. I think once I get that in, let's make it like this. Does not have to be perfect. There we go. And probably if you use black or something, it probably would show up much better. But because I'm using these pastel colors, there. I'm going to flip that over, pull those prongs apart. No one's going to see the back. There. So now if you can see it, they're there. And like I said before, I seem to gravitate to these pastel-y colors. I just seem to like those the best. Alright. Okay, I think I'm going to plug my glue gun back in just in case I need it. Just in case. Alright. Let that heat up a second. And I've got two of these butterflies that I've kind of, these tealy ones. And I made these roses are made with the Heartfelt Creations dies. And then I took, it's called, it is, where I put it. It's glitter diamonds or something like that. I had it. And I thought I put it right back so I could use it. Oh, no, that's not it. That's embossing color. But as you can see, it's kind of, it almost reminds me of when they use Epsom salts. It's the bigger pieces, but very pretty. Very pretty. And I know I'm going to put a little one there because I tore a little piece of paper off of there. Oh, you know what? I've got these ones too. These are Prima. These are tiny, tiny flowers. I think I'll use the gray, but I do like some of those tealy colors. Sorry about that noise. That I know that's so irritating. I'm so sorry. I wasn't 100% sure I was going to use these, so I didn't open them, and I wish I would have, because I'm so sorry. There we go. All right. Get a couple of those out. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll just glue that on there. And I'll do that right now. Just a little glue. Put it down there. And we'll just glue a couple more in different spots. So here's a pretty white one. I think those will look pretty on there. There we go. Let's do a white one. I love these shadow boxes. Actually, when we had the store, we called them, when we sold them, we had the sign interchangeable art, because that's basically what you're doing. You're just changing out your artwork. And so that was the name. We had a big banner up there and showed them how they worked. We had empty frame, and oh, well, that would have been nice to put that on there. Too late now. This is supposed to be on there. I don't think I can get that out. Nope, too late. See what happens when you're just not concentrating? I also like these. These are graphic 45 little birds. And I do like these. And let's see, maybe we can use a couple of these in there. Bump them up or something. Got that bird there, that gold one. And we've got all those other ones there. Let's tack some of these down here. Let's. Yeah, just like that, maybe. Okay. Now this, I think I want to wind around, so I'm just going to make a squiggly line. Just like that. And continue on. This is pretty good glue. This should hold that pretty good. Oh, I have to put something there. I will put a butterfly right there. I think we'll put a butterfly right there to cover that excess glue. So don't panic if you get too much glue and you know it's going to be visible. Don't panic. Just add a little element there to kind of help cover it up. No one's going to know but you. It's not really a mistake. It's just what you decide you like. Yeah. Now for the flowers, because they're kind of bulky, I do want to use the hot glue for that. Mix it. And I do have a couple of these flowers, Prima flowers left too. I don't really want to cover up that bird. I'm going to run this along the back side and glue it down. I don't really need it on the front side here. There we go. There we go. And then the back side there. Let's get some bump up strips. There we go. One of these days I'll have to do a little craft tour here of my room. And I just redid it, and I'm still kind of getting it organized, but it is getting there for sure. And a lot of changes in the last few months with it, so I just put in my last 6 cabinets. So just trying to reorganize. I have tons and tons and tons of paper. Oh my goodness, let's get this here. Alright. Now these are sticky, but I like a little extra. Let's see here. I don't want to get too close to the edge because there is a little edge on that shadow box. So maybe I'll put 2 on this one. Make it popped up even higher. It's thick. And don't be shy to use more than one piece to make it taller if you want it taller. And I have no idea what brand these are. They're just either from Hobby Lobby or Michael's or one of the craft stores there. I just usually grab some. That one's going to be on a little more angle there. Yeah, like that. And then we'll bring in, let's bring in this one. Turn that off. There we go. And we'll just bump that up one time. And I think next week, I think we'll do a 12 by 12 because I have 3 12 by 12s just in my own house, and then I do some for my daughter, and then also anybody else who wants to purchase them, I do them for them too. Where do I want that? Maybe I'll put this one up here. Slide that under there like that. There we go. Yeah. Now I have this butterfly, this rose, and this rose. Let's see here. Yeah, let's do. Let me see if my hot glue gun's ready. There we go. Yeah, let's put a little glue there. We're going to go right there with that. And this one, we're going to tap you right in that corner. And I just kind of like placing things around a little bit just to see where I might like it. This is looking pretty good. Not bad. We got another one of these. Don't want to do even numbers. Yeah, let's do this one here. I think that'll look good there. Okay. And this is just a Prima flower. So it's not one I made. So yeah, let's figure out this other butterfly here. And I think we're just about done. What a quickie, huh? Another butterfly right down in here. Maybe over here. Yep, I'm thinking here. Okay, we're going to put some, we'll just use regular glue here. There we go. And I think that is it. I think that one was done. Okay. Very quick. Yeah, the banners are really easy to make. Just cut yourself a piece of heavy string, and then you can make squares and just cut them. It's really easy. There's punches. I even have a die one that I didn't use because it's actually got a rope thing to it. But yeah, just a little bling and not too bad. So we'll see you next week, and we will do a 12 by 12 together. Have a good night. Bye-bye.